Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also, share the videos. I want to thank you folks for watching, liking, and sharing my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, people, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be talking Jets, okay? We'll be talking about, the games we got coming up, all the things that's going on the roster. Call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, come to talk to you folks today about Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson will no longer be the New York Jets starting quarterback. We're going to discuss this, okay? Because Robert Saleh just talked about this in a press conference, and we need to discuss what's going on here, all right? Now listen, let's get to the news. Robert Saleh sat down with the media today and said that Zach Wilson will not be the starter for the New York Jets going into this upcoming game against the Dolphins on Black Friday. It will be Tim Boyle, okay? So you would think, okay, Tim Boyle's going to be the starter. All right, cool. He's the starter going, into this game. Well, then Zach's going to be the backup. Zach is not going to be the immediate backup. No, he's not going to be the number 2. Trevor Siemian is going to be the number 2. And Zach is going to be the number 3. Now, when asked about this situation, right? Well, why is Zach Wilson the number 3 quarterback? Why would you carry 3 quarterbacks going into this game? This is what a person in the media said. And Robert Saleh just said, well, we had an extra roster spot, so we're just carrying 3 quarterbacks. Do I think that is why they're doing it? Not really, okay? I think the optics are, if you only carry 2, all right, if they're going to have Tim Boyle starting and then Siemian as the backup, the only other thing you can do is deactivate Zach Wilson, which is what they did last season, okay? They actually benched him and deactivated him twice last season, okay? If you do that, that absolutely x-nays all of his future. As far as the media and the fan base, he'd be done here. He'd be finished. There'd be no way you could go back to him if you deactivate him. In my mind, at least. I want to hear y'all thoughts. Put it in the comments. If you deactivate Zach Wilson, okay, and you don't have like a real reason or nothing like that, especially after, you're pulling him and he's not going to be the starter, he's said and done, okay? He's said and done. So put your comments in below. I want to hear from y'all. That's just my train of thought. So then when asked, well, why now? Why are you benching him now? Because earlier you said that, it's a lazy take to just blame things on the quarterback and make changes just to make changes and all this stuff. And he just replied, look, we made changes at every, kind of other position. Of course, we changed things along the offensive line, which we've seen how that's worked out. We went younger with some guys at the running back position. You really didn't do that because Izzy really didn't get many carries. We changed things around at our wide receiver position. We went younger there. You really didn't do that because Allen Lazard still outsnapped Jason Brownlee, and we didn't see like Malik Taylor or any, of course Gibson's getting the football here and there, but like, come on. He even talked about the tight end position. We changed some things at the tight end position, but even though Jeremy Ruckert is not outsnapping like the other tight ends on this roster, and so he said, hey, it's, we looked at the quarterback position, and we're going to make the change. Maybe we can get a spark to get something going offensively. I don't know. We're going to see, okay? Because I tell you what, Tim Boyle, the thing I like about Tim Boyle is he understands the system through and through. Of course, he was there in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett. And we saw him, he was getting the ball out of his hands really fast, really fast. His process is really, really fast. The thing is, and of course, it was in, the third quarter. He played third quarter, 2 minutes left is when Zach got benched in this recent game against the Bills. The offense really didn't look, much better. But we're going to see. It's a short week. Friday's coming. And we'll see if he's going to be able to step up and maybe be that spark. We will see, okay? But I know he's going to get the ball out of his hands fast. But is the offense really going to get rolling with some momentum? We shall see, right? Now, there was another point in the time when he was speaking with the media where they asked him, well, what do you feel has gone wrong with Zach? Like, where do you feel, things have kind of fallen off the rails? Because to this point, he's been a failure here. I'm paraphrasing. He's been a failure here. And he immediately answered, I don't think he's a failure. He said, I just think that Zach needs time to kind of sit back and would have benefited from time just sitting back and watching the game and understanding, how to read things, continuing to read coverages, continuing to get better at all this other things that he was talking about. And he also talked about Zach's inability to play fast and, to move with the ball. Think fast, play fast in this league. And that's something that I could see. Of course, we all watch that does hinder him at times. He's not playing fast. I mean, it's tough, especially when you got guys barreling down on you because your line can't, get the ball. Or the line can't protect you properly. But playing fast, particularly in NFL, if you're not doing that, you're going to get killed, especially in an offensive system that is predicated on getting the ball out of your hands quickly. Okay, so we're going to see if Boyle's going to be able to step up. Like I said, his process is really fast. Here's the deal. I don't think we'll see Zach Wilson again this season. Not in this season. I don't think we'll see him again this season. I don't. I think that unless Tim Boyle and Trevor Siemian completely melt down, unless they just melt down this season, unless Boyle gets hurt and Siemian gets hurt, I don't think they'll have Zach back starting. Especially if the offense kind of gets a tick up and does better. But unless they melt down and the offense still looks the same, I think this is the last we're gonna see of Zach this season at least. And I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna go from Boyle, and if Boyle can't get it done or get something rolling, then they'll go to Siemian and see if he can step in and get something rolling there offensively. Now, he was asked about Mekhi Becton, and there's still no news yet on Becton. Of course, I think we'll get that news probably later on today or maybe tomorrow. About what's going on. Again, to this point, the thought process with Mekhi Becton is he has a high ankle sprain. And that's going to be big too, because that shift along the offensive line, we will see whether they bring Dwayne Brown back and put him on that left side. Of course, they have a couple days to, get him, ready and prepped up and make a decision on him. But, man, without Mekhi Becton there, who is our best offensive lineman playing this season, there's going to be some trouble up front. You can bring Dwayne Brown back and put him at that left tackle position and see if he'll just be able to hold the fort at this point. But, man, they got to clean some things up. So, comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about Zach Wilson getting benched? What are your thoughts about Tim Boyle? What are your expectations of him going into this game on Black Friday against the Dolphins? What are your thoughts about Siemian, man, being the immediate backup quarterback? Tell me how you feel. Comment down below. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.